Okay, the Department of Justice has determined that the Memphis Police Department used excessive force and discriminated against black people. The findings are part of an investigation launched in the wake of the death of Tyre Nichols. You'll recall that he died after being beaten by officers during a traffic stop last year. Well, moments ago, DOJ officials held a press conference detailing their probe. Watch.
U.S. Department of Justice. I am joined by Reagan Fondren, acting U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee. Based on a comprehensive investigation of the city of Memphis and the Memphis Police Department, the Justice Department has found a pattern or practice of conduct that violates people's civil and constitutional rights. Our investigative team includes career attorneys and staff from the Civil Rights Division and the U.S. Attorney's Office, and more than a dozen experts who specialize in police department management, use of force, statistics, and other areas. This investigation was comprehensive and exhaustive. We interviewed dozens of police department officers and many city employees, as well as hundreds of community members and local organizations. We reviewed hundreds of incidents, watched hundreds of body-worn camera videos, read thousands of documents, and conducted statistical analyses of police data regarding officer activities and enforcement. Based on this investigation, we found that the police in Memphis use excessive force, that they stop, search, and arrest people unlawfully, that their policies have a discriminatory effect on black people, and that they discriminate against people with behavioral health disabilities. Furthermore, we are also concerned that MPD officers unnecessarily escalate encounters with some of the most vulnerable members of this community, its children. Many dedicated police officers in Memphis regularly risk their lives to keep people safe and to protect their rights. The practices I described, however, violate the Constitution and federal law. They harm and demean people, and they promote distrust, undermining the fundamental safety mission of a police department. The city and police department can and must correct these issues. First, the police department must stop using excessive force. Officers often make tough choices.
All right, I want to bring in former FBI agent and owner of global intelligence investigation and research firm Veracity IIR, Doug Kouns. He joins me now. So Doug, what else did that report on the Memphis Police Department reveal?
I haven't seen the actual report, but there's a huge amount of data. Like the U.S. Attorney said, a number of people were interviewed, and they came to their conclusions after about 17 months with their findings. And what I find most interesting so far is the response back from the Memphis Police Department and what seems like somewhat of a defensive posture.
So, Doug, as you know, this isn't the first time that investigations into local police departments finds issues related to race and police brutality. Oftentimes, the federal government will actually take on oversight of some of these police departments. It's happened, as you're well aware, in many big police departments around the country. In this case, the city is resisting that federal oversight. What typically happens? In your estimation, is it a good thing when the federal government takes a firm hand of a police department, or is it detrimental?
It's hard to say. It doesn't happen very often. We saw it in Louisville after the Breonna Taylor case, and a lot of positive changes have happened. Hiring practice has improved. Officer salaries have improved. So I think it can be a good thing. The negative is that these things can run for years at a high expense, and I think that's part of what Memphis is worried about. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I think I perceive the tone that maybe it's not there because it's hard to get when you're just reading documents, but it seems like there's a defiance or defensive tone when they say we haven't had a chance to challenge your results. So instead of having an open mind and saying, "Wow, we didn't realize this was going on. How can we improve? Is there another way besides the consent decree to address these issues and open a dialogue?" It seems like it's geared up for a fight to me.
Well, I spent a third of my life living in France. And Doug, I don't know if you're aware, but I mean, I'm sure you are, that France has a state police, and also they do have local police officers. But oftentimes investigations run concurrently. We have the FBI here. You're a former FBI agent. I wonder if there's a world that you can conceive of, and it probably is not around the corner, but where the federal government has a greater role of policing in the United States, as opposed to, in other words, they're the greater power than a local police force, so that you don't see, because you don't hear about this kind of stuff with the FBI or even state police officers.
Well, I mean, I was an FBI agent for about 22 years, and we have investigated civil rights and corruption violations, forever. It's not a new thing. It's just, I think a systemic investigation of a department is a little bit different, though. We're used to looking at individual cases, like the 5 officers that were involved in the beating that prompted this whole thing. The look at the department as a whole is more of a novel concept, newer concept. I think, George Floyd case was the first one where this became an issue, and then Breonna Taylor, and then Memphis. Um, and I think, trust in the police has eroded over the past few years, and it's
Yeah.
difficult to get that trust back. It's easily lost and difficult to gain. And I think more transparency, more open-mindedness, more having conversation, creating public and private groups to address. We've done that here in the Indianapolis area, where shootings are reviewed by groups of both law enforcement and private citizens.
Yeah. Doug, always great to have you. Thank you very much for joining us and having this important discussion. We appreciate it.
Thank you.